The following is a presentation of Black Bear Sports Group. Watch the entire 2025-2026 United States Premier Hockey League season exclusively on the new home of USPHL Hockey, Black Bear TV. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Mount Clemens Ice Arena. We're located approximately 30 minutes northeast of Motown, Detroit, in Mount Clemens, Michigan. It is the fourth and final day of the 2025 United States Premier Hockey League Detroit Showcase. 8 more games to go, 1 game ongoing next door. First matchup of the day here on the primary Jets rink features the Hershey Cubs, who will face off against the MetroJets. My name is Matt Preer, the voice of the MetroJets Hockey Club up high the flight deck as we wrap things up before the Thanksgiving holiday weekend with a first of 4 here on the primary Jets rink. And we get set to go. First meeting between the MetroJets and the Hershey Cubs. The Hershey Cubs representing the USPHL Premier Atlantic Division. And so far this weekend for the Cubs, it hasn't been a weekend that they exactly would write home about. They want to end it on a high note, as they have. Their record is 1-2. They started the weekend on Friday, November 22nd, a 2-1 loss to the Hershey Cubs. They bounced back yesterday with a 1-0 victory over the Cincinnati Cyclones before falling in the second game of the day to the Red River Spartans by a score of 5-1. The Cubs currently sitting 9th in the USPHL Premier Atlantic Division, a record of 5 wins, 16 losses, 1 overtime loss, good for 11 points. They're 3-7 in their last 10 games, and as mentioned, 1-2 here at the USPHL Detroit Showcase. They are playing one of the tri-hosts of the 2025 USPHL Detroit Showcase, the MetroJets, representing the USPHL Premier Great Lakes Division. And so far this weekend, they're 1-1. Today is their doubleheader day. They started off on Friday with a thrilling 3-2 victory over their Great Lakes Division rivals, the Toledo Cherokee, before falling on Saturday to the Charlotte Rush by a score of 4-3. They'll play the Cubs this morning, and then they'll wrap up the Detroit Showcase later this afternoon against the Chicago Crush. The Jets currently sitting 4th in the USPHL Premier Great Lakes Division. 13 wins, 4 losses, no overtime losses, 1 shootout loss for 27 points. 3 points back are the Red River Spartans, who are playing the MetroJets development program as we speak next door on Rink 2. They are 7-2-0-1 in their last 10 games. And let's take a look at the players making an impact so far this season for the Hershey Cubs. And the leading scorer for the Cubs on the Premier side wears number 6 for the Cubs, the 17-year-old from Scottsdale, Arizona, McGregor King, the former Chicago Crush. So far this season, 5 goals, 15 assists, 20 points on the season. Highest scorer amongst defensemen on the roster wears number 94 for the Cubs, the 19-year-old from York, Pennsylvania, Vincent Ranieri. Ranieri so far, 3 goals, 5 assists, 8 points on the season. Answering the call in goal this morning, wears number 60 for the Hershey Cubs. It is a 17-year-old from Guelph, Ontario, Canada, Jackson Taraborelli. Taraborelli so far, 4 wins, 7 losses, a .320 goals against average, a .908 save percentage for Taraborelli, who has appeared once already this weekend as he pitched the shutout against the Cincinnati Cyclones yesterday, that 1-0 victory. Taraborelli stopping all 20 shots he faced to pick up that shutout for the Cubs. And for Taraborelli, that was his first career shutout in the USPHL Premier. He will go up against the team to our left, one of the tri-hosts, the USPHL Detroit Showcase, the MetroJets, who are the designated road team for this game. And leading the way on the team in scoring, wears number 20, the 19-year-old from Maribor, Slovenia, Luka Pivac. Pivac, 16 goals, 15 assists, 31 points on the season. Highest scorer amongst defensemen on the roster wears number 15 It is the captain of the MetroJets, the 20-year-old of St. Clair Shores, Michigan, Jake Taylor. Taylor, 2 goals, 29 assists, 31 points on the season. Answering the call-in goal this morning for the MetroJets wears number 30. It is the 19-year-old from Teleborg, Sweden. It's Philippe Hall. Hall, a perfect 7-0 record, a 107 goals against average, a 944 save percentage for Hall. His last appearance came back on November the 14th, pitching a shutout against the Cincinnati Cyclones, stopping all 17 shots he faced in that game. And for Hall, that was his 3rd shutout of the season for Philippe Hall. He will answer the call in goal here this morning against the Hershey Cubs. As the rest of the lineup on defense, the 18-year-old from Macomb, Michigan, the 5 of Chase Martin. Alongside him, the 20-year-old of St. Clair Shores, Michigan, the 15 of Jake Taylor. Starting at center, the 20-year-old from Lexington, Kentucky, the 16 of Owen Coulter. On the left wing, the 18-year-old from Rockwood, Michigan, the 63 of Ryder Novak. And on the right wing, the 20-year-old from Macomb, Michigan, the 51, Ryan Glomboski. Head coach of the MetroJets is Jamie Lovell. His 10th season behind the bench, being assisted today by Director of Hockey Operations, General Manager Justin Kinville. For the Hershey Cubs, as we mentioned in goal, the 17-year-old from Guelph, Ontario, Canada, the 60 of Jackson Taraborelli. On defense, the 19-year-old from St. Petersburg, Russia, the 8 of Pavel Ivanov, and alongside him, the 19-year-old from York, Pennsylvania, the 94 Vincent Ranieri. Starting at center, the 17-year-old from Scottsdale, Arizona, the 6 of McGregor King. On his left wing, the 20-year-old from Haymarket, Virginia, the 81 of Jamison Flint. And on the right wing, the 18-year-old from Gostin, Poland, the number 5 of Filip Piatkowski. Head coach of the Hershey Cubs is Artem Mikhailov, his 1st season behind the bench, being assisted today by Hershey Cubs assistant coach Joe Slowak. As we get set to go, Brady Boudreau also on the bench as well as we get set. The Hershey Cubs, representing the USPHL Premier Atlantic Division, play their home games at the historic Hershey Park Arena in Hershey, Pennsylvania, about 30 minutes east of the Keystone State capital city of Harrisburg. They are the designated home team for this game, wearing the black uniforms with the beige, maroon, and white trim. They are skating right to left on your television screen. While the MetroJets, who play their home games right here at Mount Clemens Ice Arena in Mount Clemens, Michigan, about 30 minutes northeast of Motown, Detroit, in Mount Clemens, Michigan. They are actually the designated road team for this game, wearing the white uniforms, blue shoulders and red trim. They are skating left to right on your Black Bear TV dials. We get set to go. We are just about to get underway. The final day of the 2025 USPHL Detroit Showcase is underway. And the Jets dump the puck in right away. Jets pressing in a hurry. They got a little bit of endurance to them as they have not played since Saturday's 4-3 loss at the hands of the Charlotte Rush as Tara Borelli makes a save. It's been a while since these two teams have met. You got to go back to the 2022 Boston Showcase, the last time these two teams met, back in February of 22. As Jamison Flint had it knocked away, picked up there by McGregor King, who wraps it around the boards, hops over the stick of Philippe Hall, picked up by Chase Martin. Martin over to Jake Taylor. Taylor will bring the puck in, up to Ryder Novak. Novak now to Ryan Glomboski, but a shot saved by Tara Borelli. Picked up by Ranieri. Vincent Ranieri. 2nd season with the Hershey Cubs, coming over from the New Jersey Rockets last season. As Isaac Bunk will dump the puck into the Cub zone and icing the call. 15:55 to go here in period number 1. Grant Libstaff, your referee today. Mike Myers and Dan Oleski, your linesman. Face off to the left, the goaltender Philippe Hall. Absolutely love the Hershey Cubs uniforms. Those are sharp. It's not so much of a black, it's more of a like a dark, don't want to say brown either. It's a difference, it's a cross between black and brown. It's really cool, nevertheless. Yeah, their road jerseys, the light uniforms are like a champagne and cream colored uniform, which are really sharp. As an ode to honor their big brothers with the Hershey Bears, the American Hockey League. Matter of fact, the Cubs play at the old home of the Hershey Bears, the historic Hershey Park Arena in Hershey, Pennsylvania. As Henrik Fournier grabs the puck. We're going to keep an eye on games next door as well over on rink number 2. At the moment, 1-1 tie between the Red River Spartans and the MetroJets development program. Jet Jock already his 8th goal of the weekend. He had 3 goals on Saturday against the Bearcats, 4 goals yesterday against these Hershey Cubs, and he opened the scoring against MJDP. Noah Baderka countering for MJDP. 1-1 next door. And that's kind of big. On the MetroJets side, the Red River Spartans are the team just ahead of the MetroJets in the Great Lakes Division. So the Jets, brothers from across the locker room, MetroJets development program doing what they can to help out the Jets. As Jake Taylor will bring the puck in. Skates around Gandhi. Taylor with the puck, feed it across. We're looking for H.A. Zakani. And here comes Gandhi. Tom Gandhi, who's twin brother Matteo Gandhi, played yesterday against the Red River Spartans in goal. Evangelista over to Patterson, who misfired, picked up by Caleb Simpson. Simpson now with the puck, he'll send it in. Zakani grabs it. Back over to Patterson with a shot saved by Tara Borelli. First significant shot of the game. Great opportunity there, picked up by Patterson with a shot, he scores! Good day, mate. Joe Patterson gets the morning started right for the MetroJets as Joe Patterson makes it 1-0. As Patterson, the 18-year-old from Queenstown, New Zealand, picks up his 4th goal of the season, and the Jets strike first. They lead 1-0. Big goal by Joe Patterson to kick things off. Joel Patterson starting to find his whereabouts here with the MetroJets. Played for his native country of New Zealand in the World Junior Championships. Last season, 5 games played, 1 goal, 3 assists. For the U20 program, he also played for their U18 program, the World Junior Championships for his native country. 2nd leading scorer last season. The last 3 years, he's been the 2nd leading scorer the last 2. Overall, in 13 games played for New Zealand's U18 World Junior Championship program, 7 goals, 8 assists. 15 points on the season for the former BioSteel U18 AAA program product. It was Joel Patterson, his 4th goal of the season from Sandro Evangelista and Jake Taylor at 3:24 to give the Jets a 1-0 lead. Face off deep in the Jets zone. Jake Taylor, currently 2nd amongst defensemen overall in the USPHL Premier in scoring. Picking up an assist there. Gabe Outman with a shot, goes wide on Tara Borelli. Comes back to Tyler Fleming. Fleming now with the puck, sends it in. Picked up by Gabe Outman again. Off-angle shot, save made by Tara Borelli, and he'll hang on. And let's meet Jackson Tara Borelli, the 17-year-old goaltender from Guelph, Ontario, Canada. First year of junior hockey coming from the Kings Heights Academy, U18 AAA program in his native province of Ontario. Last season, 13 games played, a 480 goals against average, 885 save percentage for the former Cambridge Hawk. Used 16 AAA, used 15 AAA program 2 years previous to joining the Kings Heights Academy. Jake Blum will send the puck in. Chase Thompson will go back after it. Knocked away there by Ryder Novak. Was picked off. Tyler Fleming keeps it in. Too far for Glomboski. Now Owen Coulter grabs it. Coulter feeds it back over to Novak. Was kicked off the puck there by the 10 of Olivier Perry. Tyler Fleming now with the puck. Trying to feed it to Glomboski. Picked off by Chase Thompson. And goes behind goaltender Philippe Hall. Jake Blum wraps it around the boards. And it goes all the way down into the Cubs end. Right on Tara Borelli. He's got to play it. He'll feed it there to the 8 of Pavel Ivanov. Ivanov now to Keelan Lorizon. Lorizon had it knocked away by Chase Martin. And here comes Chase Martin, second year with the MetroJets Hockey Club. Now almost kept in by Jackson Stone. And here comes Perry. Perry on Philippe Hall, who makes a save. Martin grabs it. And here comes Chase Martin, who knocks it in to the Hershey zone. Picked up there by the 94, or 94 of Ranieri. Hall leaves it there for Jake Taylor. The secondary assist on Joel Patterson's goal. His 4th of the season. From Sandro Evangelista and Jake Taylor at 3:24. Deflected in by Sutton Majeski. Wraps it around the boards. Pivets will grab it. Luka Pivets, who got me a MetroJet smoothie yesterday from Chop Detroit Concessions, as he was here watching the Charlotte-Toledo game. That was a great game, by the way. Toledo hanging on to a 4-3 victory to prevent the Rush from sweeping the week. Fournier with a shot and gloved down by Tara Borelli, who hangs on with 10:41 to go here in the first period. Appreciate Kathy Peacock, Evan Peacock's mom, for bringing the Tim Hortons coffee this morning. I'm working on cup number 2. Face off to the right. The goaltender Jackson Tara Borelli. 1-0 score. Jets out in front. Fournier was shot deflected wide. Just hopped over Evangelista's stick. Slight adjustments to the lineup for the Jets as Zakani paired with Evangelista and Sharon. Glomboski with the Coulter line as Sharon with Fournier. Fournier with a shot and gloved down by Tara Borelli, who hangs on. Shot 7-1 in favor of the Jets at the moment. At the halfway break next door, Red River Spartans MetroJets Development Program tied at 1 at the halfway break next door. Good buddy Zeke Fravor, the voice of the Toledo Cherokee, on the call of that game. Chase Thompson wraps it around the boards. Evangelista knocks it out of midair. Tried to feed it to Zakani. Picked up there by the 12 of Connor Nowicki. Evangelista keeps it in for Caleb Simpson. Simpson cross ice pass to Fournier with a shot. Goes wide. Evangelista with a shot. Tara Borelli to save. Rebound comes out. Zakani feeds it back to Fournier with a drive. And Tara Borelli gloves it down with 9:48 to go here in the first period. Joel Patterson with the Jets goal on the assist from Evangelista and Taylor at 3:24. So Taylor now just a point back of the overall lead amongst defensemen in the USPHL Premier in scoring. One more point and Taylor will have a tie for the lead. Again amongst defensemen in the USPHL Premier in scoring. Knocked away there from Lorizon as Isaac Bunk around the boards for Tyler Fleming. Fleming will bring it in. Outman, quick pass to Patterson, who got the scoring started for the Jets. Patterson on the line with Gabe Outman and Aiden Hartzell. Again, line up. Small adjustments to the lines. Thompson trying to get it out. Pressured there by Gabe Outman. Wraps around the boards. Picked up by Lorizon. Trying to feed it over to Olivier Perry. Tara Borelli for Connor Nowicki. the 18-year-old from Mayville, New York. Second season with the Cubs. He knocks it over into the corner. Nowicki, a former Buffalo Stampede. Tara Borelli with a save. Patterson feeds it back to Isaac Bunk. Bunk to Fleming. Fleming sends it across, knocked away. Broken stick for Tom Gandhi. So it's basically 5 on 4.5 at the moment. Shot there was blocked by Larizon, and it goes down into the Jets zone. Long stretch pass for Hartzell, deflects it in. Chase Thompson sends it right back into the Jets zone. Tyler Fleming will grab it. First of 2 games today for the MetroJets. They'll wrap up the USPHL Detroit Showcase later this afternoon at 2:30 p.m. First ever meeting with the Chicago Crush. Their brothers from across the locker room, the MetroJets Development Program, division rivals with the Crush in the USPHL Premier Midwest Division. But this MetroJets team has never faced the Chicago Crush. And that'll be the final game of the 2025 USPHL Detroit Showcase later this afternoon at 2:30. Picked up by Ryder Novak. Novak out to Chase Martin. Martin sends it towards the net into the paraphernalia of Jackson Taraborelli, who hangs on. Spell that Taraborrelli. Jackson Taraborelli, the goaltender for the Hershey Cubs. Just 17 years old out of Guelph, Ontario, Canada. Chase Martin sends it in. Coulter kicks it to Ryder Novak. Novak was looking for Gianluca Varelli, and the puck comes all the way back in the neutral zone for Chase Martin. Martin for Varelli. Had it kicked away. Now McGregor King around Chase Martin. King with a shot, sticked away. Rebound comes out. Went just wide. As Jamison Flint was right there. Scored the lone goal for the Cubs yesterday in their 5-1 loss at the hands of the Red River Spartans. Puck comes back to the point. Yaniek had it taken away by Varelli. Now Piatkowski grabs it from Ryder Novak. Philippe Piatkowski. Checked off the boards, off the puck there by Jake Taylor. Owen Coulter trying to dig it out. And he does for Chase Martin. Martin to Gianluca Varelli off the boards. And it goes back in the neutral zone for Jamison Flint. Younger brother Keaton Flint wears number 85. It went off the stick of Paris. And Pivets sends it back over to Jake Taylor. Taylor now to Pivets. Luka Pivets will bring it in. Sent across, over for Glomboski, who sends it through the goal mouth. As Pivets battles there with a 19 of Gandhi. And comes out in the neutral zone for Henrik Fournier. Jake Blum sends it right back in. 5:50 to go here in the first period. 1-0 score. Joel Patterson with a goal for the Jets. As Paris trying to send it to Gandhi. Philippe Hall's going to have to come out and play it. And he wraps it around the boards out of harm's way. And Pivets able to get it out. Comes back to Jake Blum. As Blum will send it all the way down into the Cub zone. Ice negated. Forces Nowicki to play it. Pivets grabs it away from him. Knocked to the ice. As the aid of Pavel Ivanov. And a penalty coming. It is going to be on the Jets as Luka Pivets will head off. And the Hershey Cubs will go on the power play for the first time. 2-minute minor for tripping. So the Cubs go on the power play for the first time. They're 14.8%. Has scored 12 power play goals and 81 opportunities. The man advantage with the MetroJets. 85% of the penalty kill. Have scored 6 shorthanded goals. That is something to keep an eye on. So Hershey trying to climb back in this one. Trailing 1-0. Goes back to Ranieri with a shot, goes wide. McGregor King grabs it, pressured by Tyler Fleming. The former Chicago Crush, McGregor King, sends it back into the corner from Philippe Piatkowski. Piatkowski to Ranieri. Ranieri to King. Lost it in his skates. Picked up by Tyler Fleming. Fleming off the boards, and it'll almost kept in by Piatkowski. Picked up by Paris. Olivier Paris for Philippe Piatkowski. Back to Paris. Paris trying to stuff it through on Hall, who makes the save. Zaccani knocks it out of harm's way, and Patterson finishes the job, putting it in the neutral zone. King for Piatkowski. Trying to skate around Isaac Bunk. Jackson Stone grabs it. Zaccani is right there. All four Jets over in the corner. Picked up by Thompson. Thompson to Piatkowski. Piatkowski had it knocked away. Now here comes Jackson Stone. Stone with some speed. Jay Taylor heading toward the net. Taylor, backhand shot saved by Tara Borelli. Big stop shorthanded. Here comes McGregor King the other way. 2-on-1 offside. As Kalen Horizon was just a half step over the blue line. Jake Taylor almost had himself a shorty. .350 to go here in the first period. 33 seconds left in the Luka Pivets minor for tripping. As Horizon grabs it. Pivets penalty coming at 11:42. Picked up by Thompson. Thompson back over to Charbonneau with a shot deflected right into the logo of Philippe Hall. Comes back to Charbonneau. Charbonneau now back cross shot there. Save made on the shot by Alexander Halford. Horizon back over to Halford. Power plays over. Both teams back to full strength. Now Jackson Stone's going to send Luka Pivets on a break. Pivets right out of the penalty box with a shot off the glove of Jackson Taraborelli. Comes back to Stone. Stone fires off the paddle of the stick of Taraborelli. And here come the Cubs back the other way. Alex Charbonneau will send it in on Philippe Hall. He'll kick it over to Enric Fournier. 2:50 to go here in the first period. Enric Fournier will send the puck in. Picked up there by Connor Nowicki. Lost it to Evangelista. Gets a little bit up from Gianluca Varelli with a shot. And Taraborelli makes a save with 2:36 to go here in the first period. After today's game, the Hershey Cubs don't have much of a Thanksgiving break. They'll head over to Dave McCarthy Arena in Elmira, New York for a couple of games with the Elmira Impact this Friday and Saturday, November 29th and 30th. So just a couple days to enjoy the Thanksgiving break. As they jump right back into USPHL Premier Atlantic Division play. As the Cubs will see the MetroJets development program at the 2026 USPHL Tampa Showcase, January 1st through the 5th, or 2nd through the 5th. The Cubs will play MJDP on January 3rd down at Advent Health Center Ice Arena in Wesley Chapel, Florida. I think it's one of my games I'm calling. I'll have to double check that. Nope, I'm not calling that. Darn it. Ken Mendel, the voice of Tampa Bay Juniors, will be on the call of that game of MJDP and Hershey at the Tampa Showcase. Two more showcases to go for the MetroJets Hockey Club. The USPHL Chicago Showcase coming December 11th through the 14th. Hosted by the Chicago Crush, Cougars, and T-Rex. Privileged to be a part of that one. Big thank you to Pete and Amanda Olson, the owners of the Tri-Chicago franchises. Also big thanks to Kevin Walter, Brett and Garrett Strout, everyone in the Tampa Bay Juniors for the invite to come down to Tampa, Florida in January for the 2026 USPHL Tampa Showcase, January 2nd through the 5th. Less than a minute remaining. Coulter to Hartzell. Hartzell sends it in. And Taraborelli grabs it with 39.6 seconds left. The MetroJets, as we mentioned, this is their doubleheader today. They'll play the Chicago Crush later this afternoon at 2:30. And they'll enjoy the Thanksgiving holiday weekend before coming back on Wednesday, December 3rd and Saturday, December 6th for a pair of home games right here at Mount Clemens Ice Arena against the Fresh Coast Freeze on December 3rd, and then the Toledo Cherokee come back for their final visit of the season on Saturday, December 6th before the Jets head to the USPHL Chicago Showcase. Off the post, that was Alexander Halford. As Jake Taylor up to Joel Patterson, who's got the lone goal. Patterson around, shot, save made. He went around Alexander Yaniak. Gomboski sends it up to Jake Taylor. Taylor with a shot, goes wide. Halford tries to get it out, kept in by Bunk. But the horn will sound, and that'll end the first period. Shots on goal in the first period. MetroJets with 16. While the Hershey Cubs with 5. One goal in that period. Joel Patterson, his 4th of the season, from Sandro Evangelista and Jake Taylor at 3:24 to give the Jets a 1-0 lead. As we have mentioned all weekend long, USPHL Detroit Showcase format a little bit different than your standard regular season game in the USPHL, though it does count in the regular season standings. Instead of the regular 3 20-minute periods, it is 3 17-minute periods. Normally, we resurface the ice at the end of each 20-minute period. That is not the case here at the Showcase. Well, when we resume play, it'll be 8 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the first half of the second period. Then we'll resurface the ice, then come back, play the second half of the second period, then finish it off with a third period. And that's how it works here at the USPHL Detroit Showcase. Some showcases a little bit different. They'll play 2 25-minute halves. That is not the case here in Mount Clemens. It's 3 17-minute periods with 8:30 to go in the first half of the second period. Second period about to get underway. The Hershey Cubs, representing the USPHL Premier Atlantic Division, call Hershey, Pennsylvania home. They are the designated home team for this game. Wearing the dark, let's call it chocolate uniforms with the white and cream trim. They are skating left to right on your television screen to start the second period. Well, the MetroJets from the USPHL Premier Great Lakes Division, they call Mount Clemens, Michigan home, right where we're at today and all weekend long. They are the designated road team for this game, wearing the white uniforms, blue shoulders, and red trim. They are skating right to left on your Black Bear TV dial as we get set to go for period number 2. Hershey 1-2 this weekend at the USPHL Detroit Showcase, while the MetroJets, one of the tri-hosts, they are 1-1. Shot right off the get, and Hall makes the save on the opportunity by McGregor King. 8:22 to go in the first half of the second period. As Chase Martin grabs up the draw win by Jackson Stone. King up to Thompson with a shot off the glove of Philippe Hall. Comes back to Jamison Flynn, trying to feed it over to Philippe Piatkowski. Dug out by McGregor King, up to the aid of Pavel Ivanov. Jake Taylor goes back after it. Behind his own net, he'll send it across over for Chase Martin. Martin off the board, looking forward, finds Luka Pivets. Comes back in the Jet zone. Stone to Taylor. Long stretch pass to Sutton Majeski. Knocked away from him by Vincent Ranieri. Ranieri feeds it over to Jamison Flynn. Looking for Piatkowski. Lost in the skates. Garrers it back up. Sends it across. Saved by Hall. Good stop there in the point blank opportunity by McGregor King. And picked up by Jackson Stone. Stone sends it up. Bouncing puck into the Cub zone. Ice negated. Forces Ranieri to play it. Vincent Ranieri, the 19-year-old from York, Pennsylvania. Brings it in. Trying to feed it up to Tom Gandhi. But taken away by Isaac Bunk. Bunk misfired on the pass. Tyler Fleming bails out his teammate. And Bunk up to A.J. Zaccani. Zaccani will bring it in for Evangelista. Evangelista with a shot. Bouncing puck. Tara Borelli with a save as he had to sprawl in the blue paint with Zaccani right there. 6:46 to go. .46 to go here in the first half of the second period. As Tara Borelli gathers up his belongings and gets ready for the next sequence. Aiden Sharon takes the draw for the Jets against Alexander Halford. Former Buffalo Stampede, former Utica Junior Comet, Alexander Halford. Sharon picks up the interception off the pass from Alex Charbonneau. Connor Nowicki got it out with a little bit of help from Halford. And now Isaac Bunk off the boards to A.J. Zaccani. Up to Aiden Sharon. Sharon had it knocked away. Tyler Fleming sends it over. Had it picked off, and Sandro Evangelista sends it towards the net. Bouncing puck on Tara Borelli. Picked up by A.J. Zaccani. Zaccani around too far with Sharon. Fleming couldn't get to it. And picked up by Fleming. Fleming now to Evangelista. Trying to feed it to Zaccani. Knocked away. Confer had it knocked off his stick. And Keaton Flint sends it in. Isaac Bunk around the boards for A.J. Zaccani. Zaccani, the Troy Oral Surgery player of the game on Friday against Toledo. Backhand shot goes wide. Was looking for Sharon, instead found Ranieri. Alexander Yaniak for the 19 of Tom Gandhi. Zaccani trying to dig it out, and he does, but it goes right to the stick of Ranieri. Hartzell's there with Gandhi. Sharon trying to dig it out, and he does, pressured by Confer. Zaccani and Yaniak collide on the boards. And Yaniak up to Gandhi. Tom Gandhi now brings it in. He's got Keaton Flint to his left elbow. Shot there, partially blocked by Fournier. 5 minutes to go here in the first half of the second period. Jets lead 1-0. Yaniak had it taken away from Gabe Outman. Outman trying to feed to Hartzell. Was picked off there by McGregor King. Kept in by Jake Taylor. Gabe Outman, nice extra effort. Was knocked out of the puck, and here comes Yaniak. Yaniak with a shot, saved by Hall, who calmly brings it to his glove, forcing a stoppage of play with 4:41 to go. Here in the first half of the second period. Shots 4-2 in the second period in favor of the Cubs. After the Jets out shooting the Cubs 16-5 in the first period. Jets still out shooting them overall by an 18-9 count. Kept in by Nowicki. Knocked away by Coulter. Comes back around the board. King goes after it. Pressured by Glomboski. Jake Taylor battles there with King. McGregor King. Third leading scorer last year for the Chicago Crush. As Coulter knocks it back into the Cub zone around the 8 of Ivanov. Checked along the boards. Glomboski's there. Coulter comes back out with it. Feeds up to Caleb Simpson. Simpson towards the net was partially blocked. And comes back on the neutral zone. Pressured by Jamison Flint. Gets it over to Jake Taylor. Taylor to Varelli, who deflects it in. Varelli grabs it to Jake Taylor. Taylor with a shot off the right shoulder of Jackson Taraborelli with 3:45 to go. Here in the first half of the second period. So face off to the right of the 17-year-old goaltender from Guelph, Ontario, Canada, Jackson Taraborelli. Puck kept in by Isaac Bunk with a shot. Glove down by Taraborelli. and he's able to cover with 3:35 to go. The lines for the Jets being ever so tweaked. Jackson Stone now centering A.J. Zakani and Ryan Glomboski. Have seen Aiden Sharon center Zakani and Glomboski recently. .335 to go here in the first half of the second period. Jets up 1-0 on the Cubs. It's still 1-1 next door with a minute to go in the second period between MJDP and the Red River Spartans. A game of keen interest to these MetroJets. Chase Martin deflected up high. Picked up by Glomboski. Knocked off the puck by Ivanov. But does get it over to Jackson Stone. Back over to Chase Martin with a shot. Deflected over into the corner. Met there by Larizon. Keelan Larizon. The 20-year-old from Villevorde, Belgium. Knocks it into the Jets zone to Philippe Hall. Trying to feed it to Glomboski. Picked up by Paris. And Larizon's right there. Chase Martin trying to dig it out. He's right there with Isaac Bunk. So is Olivier Paris. And Jackson Stone. Larizon with a shot blocked. And Glomboski over to Peavitz. Luka Peavitz has got speed. Peavitz puts on the brakes. Turns around looking for Stone. Glomboski had it knocked away there by Ivanov. And here comes Larizon. Keelan Larizon sends it over into the Jet zone. Picked up by Tyler Fleming. Fleming now over to Isaac Bunk. Bunk too far for Stone, but gets it back. Goes in the neutral zone. Evangelista deflects it into the Cub zone. Nowicki. And nice bench awareness by the Jets by Sutton Majeski. Now to Sharon. Aiden Sharon puts on the brakes. And picked up there by the 27 of Charbonneau. Charbonneau sends it in. Going after it is the 17 of Hunter Cameron. Knocks Jake Blum to the boards. Blum gets right back up, still with the puck. Looking for Tyler Fleming. Had it knocked away by Halford. Gets it over to Peavitz. Luka Peavitz brings it in. Peavitz looking for Sharon. Found Cameron instead. Minute 30 to go. And puck deflected up and out of play. And a lucky fan from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, going to pick up a souvenir puck. Coming up at 10:30 p.m. It's MetroJets Hershey Cubs again, only this time in USPHL Elite play. That'll be a 10:30 face-off. Larizon almost got there, just ahead of Philippe Hall. And here comes Gabe Outman. Outman will bring it in, double teamed by Paris as well as Nowicki. Knocked it away from Paris. 1 minute left here in the first half of the second period. Jets with a 1-0 lead and the goal by Joel Patterson. Sharon had it knocked away by Gandhi. Evangelista now over to Caleb Simpson, hopped over a stick. Simpson now to Enric Fournier. Fournier will send it in. Hartzell goes after it. Simpson trying to keep it in. Now 2-on-1 if they hurry. Here comes McGregor King with a shot. Off the skate. Now Altman goes back after it. Gabe Altman trying to backhand it through the goal mouth. Around Tara Borelli, but goes wide. Taylor sends it in by the delayed offside. Now Piatkowski brings it in. Philippe Piatkowski had it blocked by Chase Martin. Off-angle shot. Martin corrals it in his left arm with 8.6 seconds to go here in the first half of the second period. So face off deep in the Jets zone. To the left, a goaltender Philippe Hall. And push forward That should just about do it for the first half of the second period. And indeed it will. Shots on goal in the first half of the second period. MetroJets with 3, first half total of 19. Hershey Cubs with 5, first half total of 10. 1 goal came in the first period. Joel Patterson, his 4th of the season from Sandro Evangelista and Jake Taylor at 3:24 to give the Jets a 1-0 lead going into the first half break. We'll take a short timeout, about 7.5 minutes or so. Come back for a first half recap and start the second half of this one. You're watching the 4th and final day of the 2025 USPHL Detroit Showcase live exclusively on Black Bear TV. And welcome back to Mount Clemens Ice Arena. We're located approximately 30 minutes northeast of Motown, Detroit, in Mount Clemens, Michigan. The fourth and final day of the 2025 United States Premier Hockey League Detroit Showcase. Game number one here in the primary Jets rink. The score at the end of the first half, the MetroJets 1, the Hershey Cubs 0. My name is Matt Preer, the voice of the MetroJets Hockey Club upon the flight deck. Good to have you with us. Next door, it's a 2-2 tie between the MetroJets Development Program and the Red River Spartans. Big game Bederka, Noah Bederka with both goals for MJDP. As that game is in progress, the voice of the Toledo Cherokee, Zeke Fravor, on the call of that game this morning. 8:52 to go in the third period next door. As for this one, shots on goal in the first half of the second period. The MetroJets 3, first half total of 19, with the Hershey Cubs of 5, first half total of 10. Just one goal so far. Joel Patterson, his fourth goal of the season from Sandro Evangelista and Jake Taylor. That came at 3:24 to give the Jets a 1-0 lead. Coming up next, here on the primary Jets rink, it is the MetroJets and Hershey Cubs one more time, only this time in the USPHL Elite side of things. While coming up at 10 a.m. on Rink 2, back in USPHL Premier play, the Battle Creek Colonels return, and they'll play the Chicago Cougars at a 10 a.m. face-off. So this is game 2 of the day. Game 1 is ongoing on Rink 2. Games 1 and 2 of 8 on this final day, the 2025 USPHL Detroit Showcase. The Hershey Cubs will head into the Thanksgiving break after this game, while the MetroJets, this is their doubleheader day. They will wrap up the Detroit Showcase later this afternoon at 2:30 p.m. against the Chicago Crush. As we get set to go, second half of the second period, the Hershey Cubs from the USPHL Premier Atlantic Division, based out of Hershey, Pennsylvania. They are the designated home team for this game, wearing the dark chocolate uniforms with the white and beige trim. They are skating left to right on your television screen, while the MetroJets from the USPHL Premier Great Lakes Division, based right here in Mount Clemens, Michigan. They are the designated road team for this game, wearing the white uniforms, blue shoulders, and red trim. They are skating right to left on your Black Bear TV dial as the second half of the second period underway. Picked up there by Ivanov, who sends it all the way down. Now Jake Taylor off to the races with Jamison Flint, icing the call. 8:12 to go here in the second period. Tyler Naiman, as always, on the camera. And a little bit later on this morning, we're going to hear from Mount Clemens Figure Skating Club on Ice reporter Sarah Vassar, who will talk to your Troy Oral Surgery Player of the Game. And right now, it could be any number of different players. Both goaltenders are playing exceptionally well. Joel Patterson with the lone goal in this game for the Jets. Piatkowski battles there with Jake Taylor. Picked up by Gomboski, who kicks it up to Ryder Novak. Novak will send it in. He'll go after his own dump in just ahead of Ranieri. Back over to Gomboski with a shot. Save made by Tara Borelli. Comes back to Isaac Bunk at the point. Bunk with a shot deflected up high by Novak. Picked up by Gomboski. Ryan Gomboski looking for Coulter. Was knocked away by Ivanov, who deflects it in. Right on goaltender, just to the right of goaltender Philippe Paul. Icing the call. 7:30 to go here in the second period. We need to get a class photo of the broadcast crew at some point today. It is the last day. So we're going to have Sarah Vassar work on that. We would like to get a class photo of the broadcast crew before we leave today. We'll make Devin Mastake take the picture. Tyler Fleming sends it across to A.J. Zaccani. Zaccani brings it in. Looking for Stone. Was deflected over in the corner. Evangelista grabs it for Jackson Stone. Evangelista digs it out. Off the boards, looking for Isaac Bunk. Took a hop off his stanchion, and here come the Cubs the other way. Knocked out the puck by Larizon, and Tyler Fleming will grab it. Tyler Fleming for Stone, who deflects it in. Ranieri trying to get it out. Now it comes right back to him, and he'll feed it over to Connor Nowicki. Cubs trying to set up shop. 6:30 to go here in period number 2. MetroJets with a 1-0 lead. The Cubs hanging with the Jets up to this point. Picked up by Fournier. Deflected by Stone. Evangelista goes after it. Met there by Connor Nowicki. And Olivier Paris had it taken away by Luka Pivets. And it comes back in the neutral zone. Picked up by Jake Blum. Blum off the boards, off the skate of Sutton Majeski. And here comes Enric Fournier. Fournier, long stretch pass, looking for Majeski, was knocked off the puck by Nowicki. Luka Pivets going to negate the icing. Stick handles his way around. The 74 Thompson, back over to Fournier with a shot, was blocked by Thompson. And knocked down into the Jet zone by Tom Gandhi. And icing the call, 5:41 to go here in the second period. Matt Naiman manning the controls on the production side. A little early to be going to Pepsi Zero, isn't it? I'm all coffeeed out already, Matt. And it's only 9:30 a.m., 9:34 a.m. I've already had 3 cups of coffee this morning. A little coffeeed out, Tyler. Chase Martin off of Sharon's stick, and now picked up Pivets. We'll go back after it just ahead of Chase Thompson. Pivets off the boards, pressured by Thompson. Hunter Cameron is right there. And Jake Taylor couldn't keep it in. Sutton Majeski goes back after it. Over for the 5 of Chase Martin, looking for Sharon. Aiden Sharon brings it in. Looking for Jake Taylor, back to Sharon. Sharon now over to Isaac Bunk. Bunk to Jake Taylor with a shot. We're looking for the deflection by Altman, who was well covered by the 9 of Yaniak. Jake Taylor for Majeski, who deflects it in. Yaniak will grab it for Thompson. Back to Yaniak. Lets it go for Alex Charbonneau. Charbonneau now to Halford. Right to the glove of Isaac Bunk, who dumps it right back in. Bouncing puck to the right of goaltender Jackson Taraborelli. Majeski grabs it. Yaniak will take it away from him and over to Alex Charbonneau, the 19-year-old from Halifax, Nova Scotia. Had it dumped right back in by Bunk. And Yaniak not out, kept in by Aiden Hartzell. On the second effort, Charbonneau thought he might have caught Aiden Hartzell in the cage. Gabe Altman out in front, was looking for Hartzell. Was knocked away by Thompson. Isaac Bunk keeps it into the point for Tyler Fleming. Fleming with a shot, deflected up high and wide. Gabe Altman grabs it over to Isaac Bunk. Bunk with a shot through a myriad of legs. Save made. Back over to Fleming. Fleming with a shot, saved by Taraborelli. Comes back to Altman. Looking for Aiden Hartzell. Knocked out the puck by Yaniak. A penalty coming to Hershey, as Alexander Yaniak will head to the box. The captain for the Cubs. That means the MetroJets will go on the power play for the first time today. 2-minute minor for boarding. And the Jets, one of them very good power play. 29.4%, 20 power play goals and 68 opportunities, the man advantage. 8th best overall in the USPHL Premier. While the Hershey Cubs, 84% on the penalty kill, have scored 3 shorthanded goals. So the MetroJets 1-0 lead in their first power play of the day. Taylor to Stone. Stone back to Taylor. Taylor with a shot deflected by Glemboski. And Taraborelli fought that off. Taylor over for A.J. Zaccani to Stone. Stone with a shot. Just missed the short side. Nice play. Hustle by Taylor to keep it in. Back for Zaccani. Top of the face-off circle. Across for Glemboski. Couldn't pull the trigger. Back over to Sharon. Back to Zaccani. A.J. Zaccani. Had it knocked away there by Ranieri. Taylor keeps it in. Deflected by Zaccani. Save. Taraborelli with a rebound. Covers that as well. With 2:40 to go. Here in the second period. Alexander Yanyek, 2-minute minor for boarding at the 13:34 mark. .335 to go in the third period. Red River Spartans up 3-2. Caden Conover on the power play has given the Spartans the lead. Bouncing puck goes wide. So the Red River Spartans next door taking the lead on MJDP. Picked up by Luka Pivets. Still 40 seconds left in the power play. Pivets up to Isaac Bunk, who kicks it in on the second effort around the 12 of Connor Nowicki. Glemboski to Pivets, couldn't get a handle on it. Then backhanded down into the Jets zone. Philippe Hall's got to play it for Jackson Stone. Stone to Glemboski. Over to Sharon. Sharon to Pivets. Pivets to Stone. Stone now over to Isaac Bunk. Bunk with a shot. Just missed. Pivets grabs the rebound. Pivets with a shot off the blocker and into the netting and out of play just as the penalty expires, so we're back to full strength. 1:24 to go here in the second period. Face off to the left of Taraborelli. Right out in front, right in the goal mouth, and the net comes off the moorings. .116 to go here in the second period. Next door, 1:56 to go in the third. Red River with a 3-2 lead. And they are out shooting MJDP at 28-11. Noah Baderka with both MJDP goals. A minute to go in the second period here. MetroJets Hershey Cubs. Joel Patterson, the only goal of the game for the Jets. Gabe Outman, backhand looking for Evangelista, comes back to Fournier at the point. Cross ice to Jake Taylor. Taylor bouncing puck, gets a handle on it. Then the cross over for Coulter with a shot. Taraborelli reaches behind him to cover it with 38.6 seconds to go here in the second. I wish we had a monitor for the game next door. It looks to be a thriller. A minute to go. 3-2 Spartans on MJDP, who will have very little turnaround time before they play here in the main rink at 12:30 p.m. today as they take on the Bearcats Hockey Club. Icing a call, 29.8 seconds to go. Face off To the right, a goaltender Jackson Taraborelli, his blocker side. Zaccani lost that draw to fellow number 3, Halford. Puck kept in by Chase Martin. Martin with a shot into the glove of Taraborelli, who hangs on. Next door, 22.2 seconds left. A stoppage of play. Face off here to the left of Taraborelli. Sharon takes the draw. Zaccani for Taylor. Taylor steps up, fires! Saved by Taraborelli through a crowd. And he hangs on with 15 seconds remaining. Oh, just saw in our group text that Conover now has 2 goals, and indeed he does. Empty net goal for Caden Conover. And that'll give the Red River Spartans a 3-0 record here this weekend. They will play the Fresh Coast Freeze today at 2 o'clock to wrap up the Detroit Showcase, who are also 3-0. That sets up a really good game as the horn sounds in this one, ending period number 2. So 2 o'clock today, the 3-0 Red River Spartans and the 3-0 Fresh Coast Freeze. Shots on goal here in the second period. MetroJets with 11, 2-period total of 27. While the Hershey Cubs with 6, 2-period total of 11. No scoring in that second period. So the Red River Spartans will play the Fresh Coast Freeze at 2 o'clock today over on Rink 2. Both teams 3-0. While MJDP, 1-2 now, will play the Bearcats Hockey Club at 12:30 here on the primary rink, who are also 1-2. Wrapping up both their USPHL Detroit showcases. Coming up next at 10 a.m., next door on Rink 2, Battle Creek Colonels, Chicago Cougars premiere. Battle Creek with an unusual USPHL Detroit showcase schedule. They've only played 1 game. That was back on Friday, the very first game of the weekend. A 6-2 loss to the Charlotte Rush. While the Chicago Cougars picking up their first victory of the weekend last night. 3-1 victory over the Cincinnati Cyclones. Third period here in the main rink. The Hershey Cubs, representing the USPHL Premier Atlantic Division, play their home games at the Hershey Park Arena in Hershey, Pennsylvania, about 100 miles southeast of the State College, PA, home of the Penn State Nittany Lions. They are the designated home team for this game, wearing the dark chocolate uniforms with the white and cream-colored trim. They are skating right to left on your television stream on the MetroJets, representing the USPHL Premier Great Lakes Division. Play their home games right here at Mount Cummins Ice Arena in Mount Cummins, Michigan. About 30 minutes northeast of Motown, Detroit. They are the designated road team for this game, wearing the white uniforms, blue shoulders, and red trim. They are skating left to right on your Black Bear TV dial. Whether it's your Android, your iPhone, your iPad, your laptop, your big screen TV, or via the speakers in the lobby here at MCIA. However, and wherever you're watching us, we certainly appreciate you tuning in all weekend long to the 2025 USPHL Detroit Showcase live on Black Bear TV. My name is Matt Preer, the voice of the MetroJets Hockey Club, up behind the flight deck. Tyler Naaman manning the controls on the camera. Matt Naaman pushing the buttons as the broadcast producer next door. And at the conclusion of this game, Mount Cummins Figure Skating Club on Ice reporter Sarah Vassar will talk to the Troy Oral Surgery player of the game as Jackson Stone brings it in. Stone looking for Majeski, but was knocked away by Ranieri. Sutton Majeski will go back after it, off the boards to Jake Blum. Blum with a shot, doesn't get all the way through. Jackson Stone with a shot into the paraphernalia of Jackson Taraborelli, who hangs on. Face-off won by the Jets. Stone had it knocked away. Connor Nowicki gets it out. Blum sends it right back into the late offside. Collected there by Pavel Ivanov. Ivanov around the boards, not out. Kept in by Jackson Stone. Deflected by, looking for the deflection by Peevitz. Picked up by Blum. Blum back, trying to backhand it, but was knocked away by Alexander Halford. Comes back to Majeski. To Blum, to Peevitz. Peevitz finds Majeski, who's got a lot of speed. Sutton Majeski leaves it for Fournier with a shot up high. And it comes all the way back down the Jets zone. Jake Taylor will go back after it. Taylor for Peevitz. Majeski feeds it back to Peevitz, but was knocked away by the 85 of Keaton Flint. Ivanov sends it right back in. 14:35 to go here in the third period. MetroJets with a 1-0 lead on the goal by Joel Patterson. Just 3:24 in the first. That's been the only goal so far. As Gandhi sends it in. Caleb Simpson goes after it for Gabe Outman. Outman will bring it in. Tries to get around Ranieri, who knocked him to the boards. Picked up by Charbonneau. Charbonneau now over to Yanyek. Sends it around. Jake Taylor's there, met by Chase Thompson. Hartzell to Gabe Outman, who's on a break. Gabe Outman with a shot, and Taraborelli, big stop to keep this game at 1-0. Jackson Taraborelli keeping his Hershey Cubs in this game. They only trail 1-0. But because of Jackson Taraborelli, it could be a lot more. But Taraborelli keeping the puck out of the back of the net since that Joel Patterson goal. Face off to his left, glove side, won by Patterson. Hartzell to Martin. Martin sends it over to the corner. Patterson goes back after it. Patterson off the boards to Isaac Bunk. Bunk with a shot, deflected up high and wide. Patterson grabs a rebound. Back over to Bunk. Bunk over to Martin. Chase Martin now over to Aiden Hartzell. Hartzell trying to feed it up to Varelli, but was knocked away by Yanyek. Martin keeps it in. Varelli grabs it for Hartzell. Back to Varelli for Chase Martin to the point. Martin keeps it in. Now for taking a hit from Jamison Flint. Patterson back to Varelli to Hartzell. It went behind him. Hartzell now to Varelli. Varelli had it knocked away there by the 5 of Filip Piatkowski. Martin keeps it in though. Thompson goes after it. Intercepted by Varelli. Gianluca Varelli. Round the boards for Isaac Bunk. Bunk with a shot. Just caught the top of the blocker of Taraborelli. Jets continue to press. Hartzell. Try to dig it out for Varelli. Comes back to Bunk with a shot off a post. Bunk gets it right back. Over to Varelli. Varelli with a shot. Blocked there by Yanyek. Chase Martin sends it over to the corner for Joel Patterson. Pressured off the puck there by the 5 of Filip Piatkowski. Chase Martin keeps it in. Now was looking for Isaac Bunk, but was knocked in the neutral zone. And picked up by McGregor King. Jets caught in the line change. Nice play defensively by A.J. Zaccani. As Horizon battles there with Patterson. Has been out there an awful long time. Parino over to Gandhi. Had it knocked away. Joel Patterson trying to get off the ice. And then hops off a linesman, Dan Oleski. Ivanov sends it over to the corner. Evangelista grabs it. Sandro Evangelista around Gandhi, but knocked away there by the 94 of Ranieri. So Tyler Fleming's got to go back after it. Over to Jake Blum. Blum now to Evangelista, who sends it over to the corner. Picked up there by Ivanov. Looking for Paris. Zaccani pressuring him. Lorizon comes to help out. Fleming sends it across. Was looking for Sharon, and it sends all the way down into the Jets zone. Icing the call. 11:28 to go here in the third period. Face off in the Cub zone. Next shot Jackson Taraborelli will face will be his 30th of the game. As Kalen Lorizon up to the 10 of Olivier Paris. Paris was looking for Tom Gandhi and instead found Henrik Fournier. Fournier to Evangelista. Sandro Evangelista. The 19-year-old from Washington Township, Michigan, sends it in to fellow number 8, Pavel Ivanov. Puck deflected up in the netting and out of play. 11 minutes even remaining here in the third period. Can't thank Matt Naiman, Stu Forbes for all their hard work this weekend, keeping us on the air on Black Bear TV. As those two single-handedly responsible for making us voices of the USPHL Detroit Showcase look and sound good. Shot there, save made. Do know that without Forbes and Stu Forbes and Matt Naiman, despite a few obstacles from elsewhere, Stu and Matt have forged through for sure. Despite the unnecessary obstacles. As Taraborelli makes the save. Sutton Majeski will take the draw against Philippe Piatkowski. Stone to Taylor. Taylor blocked there by McGregor King. Taylor intercepted by the 9 of Yenyek with a shot all over the shoulder of Philippe Hall. And here comes Pivets the other way. Luka Pivets with Majeski heading towards the net. Pivets for Fleming with a shot and save made. Stone was looking for the tip with 9:52 to go here in the third period. Jackson Taraborelli has faced 31 shots. He has made 30 saves today for the Hershey Cubs. Big reason why this game is just 1-0. Fleming over to Isaac Bunk. Bunk with a shot. Padded save there by Taraborelli. And here comes Hunter Cameron. Sends it in. Just to the right of Philippe Hall. Icing the call. 9:33 to go. Coming up next, it'll be these same two teams, but to the USPHL Elite side. Hershey Cubs, MetroJets on the Elite side. 10:30 a.m. face-off. Should be a good one. As the Hershey Cubs Elite are 2-1 this weekend, while the MetroJets Elite are 1-1-1. So it should be a really good game. Looking forward to it. One of the two remaining USPHL Elite games on the schedule today. Everything else is in USPHL Premier play. As icing is the call, 9:05 to go here in the third period. face off to the right. A goaltender, Philippe Hall, who has not seen a shot yet this third period. He has made 11 saves. A couple of quality scoring chances by the Cubs early in the game. Puck goes all the way down. Gomboski's going to negate the icing. Tara Borelli had to play it for Keaton Flint. Flint now to Jamie Confer. Confer, we're looking for Tom Gandhi. Simpson goes back after it for Enric Fournier. Fournier deflects in the neutral zone. Chase Thompson's got to go back after it. The 17-year-old from London, Ontario, Canada. Patterson chasing him down. And deflects in the neutral zone. Picked up by Caleb Simpson now to Enric Fournier. Fournier sends it in. Alexander Yanyek. Yanyek close. Cubs may have gotten away with one on a bench minor for too many men. They caught a break either way. Hartzell had it knocked on the puck there by Yanyek. Thompson now to McGregor King. King now to Jamison Flint. Flint with the lone goal yesterday in the Cubs' 5-1 loss to the Red River Spartans. Knocked away by Gabe Outman. Outman looking for Hartzell. Pressured on the puck there by the 5 of Piatkowski. Piatkowski over to Thompson. 7:25 to go here in the third period. MetroJets 1-0 lead over the Hershey Cubs. Martin bouncing puck on Tara Borelli. And Chase Thompson grabs it. Knocked away by Gabe Outman. But taken away from him by Piatkowski, who feeds it up to Jamison Flint. McGregor King heading toward the net. Flint with a shot wide on Hall. King grabs it. Looking for Pavel Ivanov. Knocked away from him by Chase Martin. And here comes Aiden Hartzell. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Zaccani brings it in with a shot. Partially blocked by Ranieri. And Jamison Flint knocks in the neutral zone. Jake Blum now to Jake Taylor. The two Jakes combine. Taylor, stick handling his way over to Jake Blum with a shot. Off the shoulder rebound comes out, and it deflects all the way down into the Cubs zone, or the Jet zone. Picked up by Blum. Jake Blum up to Sandro Evangelista. Too far for him. Ranieri grabs it. Vincent Ranieri. Trying a little bit of help from Horizon. The Jets trying to keep the puck in. And they still do. Fleming with a burst of speed, trying to keep that puck in. Horizon pressuring Fournier. Evangelista to Zaccani. Zaccani couldn't get it out, but gets bailed out by his teammate Aiden Sharon. And gets it back from Sharon. Zaccani brings it in. Thought the play may have been on a delayed offside, so he brought it back out. Cameron with a shot. Hall save. Rebound. Another save by Hall. And now Philippe Paul's going to work. Another save made. One more shot deflected wide. Philippe Hall went from no shots to about 3 in a span of 5 seconds and just kept that from the back. Picked up by Thompson. 5 minutes to go here in the third period. 1-0 score. Couple of big stops there by Philippe Hall. And offside the call. Some huge stops by Philippe Hall and a barrage by the Cubs. Time winding down. 4:30 to go. Picked up there by the 8. Ivanov, they score! Fed across by Ivanov to McGregor King, and it's a 1-1 tie. McGregor King, the 17-year-old of Scottsdale, Arizona, his 6th goal of the season. And we're tied at 1. Big goal by the 17-year-old former Chicago Crush. And we've got a 1-1 tie with 4:26 to go here in the third period. The Hershey Cubs have been hanging on since that goal by Joel Patterson by the Jets in the first period. And they capitalize with McGregor King. Picked up and knocked away by Jake Blum. Nice play. Borelli bouncing puck there on Tara Borelli. It was McGregor King, his 6th of the season, from Philippe Piatkowski and Jamison Flynn at 12:33. Coulter responds with a goal! And the MetroJets take the lead back. Owen Coulter with the goal. A huge goal for the Jets. What a response to McGregor King's goal as Owen Coulter, the 20-year-old from Lexington, Kentucky, picks up the goal, his 6th of the season. It's 2-1 Jets. What a response by the Jets after McGregor King tied it for the Cubs. It's 2-1. Picked up by Gomboski. Had it knocked away. Tyler Fleming goes back after it. Owen Coulter, his 6th of the season, from Ryan Gomboski and Enric Fournier at 13:07, has given the Jets a 2-1 lead. So the Jets now with a 2-1 lead. So all that work by the Cubs to tie this game, they got to do it all over again. 3 minutes to go here in the third period. But what a response by the Jets. Paris now to Gandhi, who sends it in. Philippe Hall off his skate. Picked up by Horizon, knocked away from him. Now Gabe Outland's got speed. Here comes Gabe Outland. He's got Aiden Sharon trailing. Paris gets ahead of him. Big hit by Outman on Paris. And that's going to be a penalty. As Outman and Paris went crashing into the boards. And that's going to be a penalty. And Gabe Outman, sportsmanship move, staying there with Paris to see if he was okay, to make sure he's okay. Nothing malicious there whatsoever, as they both went crashing hard into the boards. As Outman will head to the box. 2:36 to go here in the third period. A 5-minute major for boarding on Gabe Outman. So for the rest of this game at least, the Cubs will be on a power play. And with the big thing with this, with a major penalty, should the Cubs tie this game, that penalty does not come off the board. The full 5-minute major must be served. As Outman talking with linesman Mike Myers, obviously no malicious intent whatsoever as both him and Paris went crashing hard into the boards. It's just the fact that Outman was behind Paris, and he does get up, and he getting a little help off the ice. And Outman, and very sportsmanlike maneuver, apologizing to Paris. .236 to go here in the third period. And a timeout called. Check that, just an explanation by Grant Libstaff at the Jets bench. Tara Borelli gets instruction on when he's going to come to the bench. Again, with a major penalty, that should the Cubs tie this game, that major does not come off the board. Huge power play opportunity for the Cubs. Ranieri to Piatkowski. A 5-minute major for boarding and a game misconduct on Gabe Outman. Zaccani lost his stick and a glove, as there's debris all over in the Cubs' end. And the puck comes all the way down, and a Cardinal sin there, icing on a power play. So unfortunate for Gabe Outman, a 5-minute major for boarding and a game misconduct. So 2:05 to go here in the third period. The Cubs will spend the rest of this game on the power play, barring any other penalties. Opportunity to try to tie this one. Sharon will send it in. Tara Borelli will play it. Evangelista with a good hustle. There along with Ranieri. Battles there with a 5 of Piatkowski. And Sharon over to Taylor. Taylor to Martin. Just killing off valuable time, and they'll fire it down. Bouncing puck on Tara Borelli, who backhands it for the 5 of Piatkowski. Expect head coach Artem Mikhailov to bring Tara Borelli to the bench here at any time. Minute 15 to go here in the third period. Zaccani pressuring Piatkowski. Piatkowski gets it back. Zaccani picks his pocket. Over to Taylor. Taylor to Martin. Killing off valuable time. And the puck sent down. 1 minute to go here in the third period. Picked up by Chase Thompson. Thompson now to King, who put the Cubs on the board. Horizon goes after it. Picked up by Stone, and he'll send it down. No icing with the Jets on the penalty kill. As Cameron kicks it over for Horizon. Horizon now with the puck. Tara Borelli looking towards the bench, waiting for head coach Artem Mikhailov to bring him out. And here he goes. He sends him off. Extra attacker on the ice, and the puck sent down. Evangelista going after with the empty net. Evangelista. He's got 3 Cubs around him. Sends it over to Stone. Stone sends it back. Now picked up by Horizon. Keaton Flynn sends it over to Chase Thompson. Big hit by Henrik Fournier. 8 seconds left. Jake Blum goes after it. Blum wraps it around the boards, but up in the netting and out of play with 2.1 seconds to go here in the third. Blum was trying to clear it, and it went up, deflected off the glass into the netting. And head coach of the Cubs, Artem Mikhailov, calls a timeout. 2.1 seconds to go. This has been a fun one to kick off the final day of the 2025 USPHL Detroit Showcase. as head coach Artyom Mikhailov giving instruction to his team. Talking to him before the game here this morning. Originally from Moscow, Russia. His English is very good. Better than some Americans, actually. Now you see Mikhailov on with Brady Boudreau with final instructions for their Cubs. 2.1 seconds left here in the third period. A thriller to kick off the final day of the 2025 USPHL Detroit Showcase. Important draw as the pair of number 3s go at it. Alexander Halford for the Cubs, AJ Zaccani for the Jets. Zaccani pushes it forward, and that's going to do it. Final score, 2-1. The MetroJets survive. A pesky Hershey Cubs team. Shots on goal in the third period. The Jets with 10, game total of 37. For the Hershey Cubs with 3, game total of 14. McGregor King tied it with his 6th of the season from Philippe Piatkowski and Jamison Flynn at 12:33. Then 34 seconds later, Owen Coulter with what turned out to be the game-winning goal. His 6th of the season from Ryan Glomboski and Henrik Fournier at 13:07. And with that game-winning goal, your Troy Oral Surgery player of the game, Owen Coulter of the MetroJets. And he will talk here in just a few minutes with Mount Clemens Figure Skating Club on-ice reporter Sarah Vassar, who's looking dapper this morning.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, Sarah. And always, we certainly do appreciate when during the Play for Bray prayer circle, when you get players from the opposing team coming in. We certainly appreciate the Hershey Cubs will finish the Detroit Showcase with a record of 1 win, 3 losses. They'll remain 9th in the USPHL Premier Atlantic Division with a record of 5-17, 1-0, 11 points. The MetroJets will climb to 14-4, 0-1, good for 29 points. They have one more game to go. They'll play at 2:30 p.m. today against the Chicago Crush, as the Red River Spartans also won today. But in the meantime, Mount Clemens Figure Skating Club on-ice reporter Sarah Vassar standing by with your Troy Oral Surgery player of the game. It's Owen Coulter with Sarah Vassar.
Thanks, Matt. So, Owen, you are our Troy Oral Surgery player of the game with the goal that broke the tie. Can you walk us through how that developed?
Yeah, we were doing good pressure on them. We had to respond. It was good. It was a good response after they scored, so we know we had to keep the pressure up. And Florence had a good shot, and I managed to get the rebound.
So this is day 4 of the showcase, the last day. You have one more game left. Heading into this weekend, though, did you have any goals or expectations?
Just win. Come out here with a winning record. But yeah, so we just got to finish this next game here and finish this weekend 3-1.
All right, well, good luck.
Thank you.
Back up to you, Matt.
Sarah, thank you so much. We'll take a short break, about 15 minutes or so. Come back for game number 2 here in the primary Jets rink. It's the Hershey Cubs and MetroJets again, only this time in USPHL Elite play. Well, once again, our first game of the day, final score, MetroJets 2, Hershey Cubs 1. You're watching the 4th and final day of the 2025 USPHL Detroit Showcase live exclusively on Black Bear TV.